Lindsay Lohan, she's back in and out of jail once again. The actress was released on bail last night after being sentenced to 120 days for violating her probation when she allegedly stole a necklace. Here's Mike Maruzars.
Lindsay Lohan slipped out of jail in this dark SUV, released on $75,000 bail, while she appeals a judge's sentence, 120 days in a 12 by 8-foot cell and 480 hours of community service at a morgue and a women's center for violating her probation.
How do you feel today?
It started as a seemingly good Friday for Lohan. The judge reduced her felony theft charge to a misdemeanor.
The judge recognized this is not the crime of the century, but rather this is a kid that has a problem with control and rules, and she gave her the spanking that Lindsay Lohan probably should have gotten 20 years ago.
But because Lohan violated her probation for a 2007 drunk driving conviction, it was up to the judge to decide a penalty, if any, and she announced 120 days in jail. The 24-year-old is accused of stealing this $2,500 necklace from a California store. Yesterday, the judge viewed surveillance video of Lindsay trying it on. Lohan returned the jewelry 10 days later, after police issued a search warrant saying she only borrowed it.
People will forgive you if they believe that you took responsibility, you apologized, and moved on. The fact that she consistently tweets, "I didn't do this, I wasn't responsible for that," is certainly not helping her image.
Lohan is still snatching headlines for her day job, acting. She's set to play a member of John Gotti's family in a movie about the late mobster. The actress recently posed with members of the Gotti family and the film star John Travolta. It was a break from her real-life roles in jail, rehab, and court.
All right, joining me now to talk about more of this is GMA legal analyst Dan Abrams. Thanks for coming in.
Hey, Dan.
Good morning.
Morning.
So it looks like there's sort of a double-edged sword here. On the one hand, the judge reduced the charge from felony to misdemeanor. On the other hand, he got really upset and sent her to prison or to jail.
This was not a happy judge. On the one hand, Lindsay Lohan can be relieved. Big win. To get it reduced from a felony to a misdemeanor. That means the max here is a year in jail as opposed to a max of up to 3 years. But the judge is clearly saying, I'm irritated. You violated your probation. So two separate tracks. One is we're going to go to trial on the stealing of the necklace. But number two is we've got an immediate issue to deal with here. And that is you were on probation. I've now heard the evidence. I think there's enough evidence to say you violated your probation. You should go back to jail. And did you hear what the community service was? She's got to serve some time at the county morgue.
That's right.
So this is a judge who's clearly trying to make a statement here beyond just this is a violation of probation.
And I should be clear and apologize, the judge is a female, not a male. What is going to happen next? Does she have any chance of appealing in a way that is successful?
Well, yeah, so she's appealing now the sentence with regard to the probation. And by filing the notice of appeal, she immediately becomes eligible for bail. And that's why she's been released. Some people are saying, well, you know, she's Lindsay Lohan. That's why she got out. She's getting special treatment. No, I hate to say it, but she's not.
Really? I was wondering about that.
Yeah, because the reality is when you file the notice of appeal on something like this, the standard, ordinary course of business is that you become eligible for bail. Bail in this case was $75,000. She put it up, and so she's been released for now. But that doesn't mean that she's not going to go to jail in connection with this entire incident.
No special treatment per se. But let me ask you this. This is less a legal question, more a psychological one. What is going on with this young woman? This is just repeat offense.
Yeah, I mean, look, she's every time she gets in trouble, she claims to have learned her lesson, right? And she claims to have understood why it was so wrong and why she won't do it again. You hope every time, as someone who watches her from the outside, that this is the last time, and that it won't happen again, and that she has the right people around her who are giving her the support and the guidance that she needs, which I think has been part of her problem for a long time, is that she hasn't had that sort of core support group of people who are really giving her good advice, good guidance, good support to keep her out of trouble.
Clearly not. She wouldn't be stealing necklaces. Dan Abrams always
Allegedly,
exactly. Always fascinating to have you on.
Dan Harris,
Thank
good to be
you
with you.
very much for coming in.
Yep.